Well, hi there. We're going to talk about your paper, and this is a real good start for a paper on Florence Nightingale. And I just want to walk through some of the changes that we can make. I've really highlighted them well, so I won't get too specific here about your spacing and issues. When you print off your paper, or you even open up in Word, you're going to see some of my notes on the right-hand side of the screen right now, and you'll be able to print them out as well. They'll talk to your spacing, they'll talk to your font size. I put some notes at the bottom of the paper as well. But there are some not only grammar issues and spelling issues. There's issues with font sizes and things that need to be changed. And I'd love for you to revise this paper and get it back to me as soon as possible. And we'll go through it again. But right now, I'll point some quick things out to you. You've used the name Florence twice here, and you can see that on your screen right now. I'll just highlight them. That one's not going to let me do it, but it says Florence in more than one spot. Also, well educated needs a hyphen. These are just small things. Florence was interested in those who were ill. We have to think about sentence structure. That's a really big deal. And this is, think about how this might be one sentence, and it might read easier for you. And I put that note in there so that you can just rethink that spot again. She's well known. Again, there's a hyphen in well known. She is. This is past and present tense issues. We're speaking about her as a historical figure. So this would be past tense. She was well known for her role in caring for injured soldiers. Florence Nightingale received the Medal of the Red Cross of St. George. We might want to spell out Saint, put a period after it if you're not going to. Use the APA style for your resources, and you can go online and get a little more help with that. There are websites that help you actually cite sources and use APA formatting. Also, we might want to rephrase this here. This sentence uses squalid, filthy. Those words are synonyms, and then you put and conditions. I think you meant squalid, filthy conditions, and the and might not need to be there. But again, we might want to think about that sentence. If you move down a little bit here, lamps became signs of caring, comfort, and often meant the difference. I think you might have meant that here. So I'm going to suggest that when you're writing, before you hand in the paper, read it out loud, verbally out loud. You might be in your kitchen, you might be in your living room, anywhere in your house. You don't have to read it to somebody, but if you read it out loud as if you were projecting to an audience, you might catch some of these small things, and that might be helpful to you. The lamp is a significant symbol of the ideals of selfless devotion. Great sentence there. Love that. One of the things you might want to, however, it was. So again, we're talking, it did signify the knowledge and learning, or now in the 20th and 21st century, it signifies knowledge and learning. It was a significant symbol of ideals and selfless devotion in the past, but now what does it bring to the table? Just some small grammatical errors and sentence structure. Think about those things. This is wonderful information again, but we have to think about the structure of the paper, and I really want you to think about using an outline. Break down your topics. What are you bringing to the table for your reader? You're bringing information about Florence Nightingale. You're bringing information about the cap and the light. So you need to make sure that you break it down in an outline. And the word solid, I think you meant soiled, and up where it says where, in the era where, or washing floors, when washing floors was a required nursing skill. And again, with the APA formatting, you bring up Catalano again. Florence realized that the only way to improve healthcare was to educate. We're going to think about sentence structure here again, past and present tense, paragraph spacing. There's about 4 lines here. Then your last paragraph is just off on its own floating. That last paragraph where I have it highlighted, this might be better stated in one sentence with a semicolon. We can do this today, or we're already doing this today. The last sentence is also seemingly out of order and repetitious, so we have to think about that. So I put a note down at the bottom. You have some really good information here. I really want you to take what I said into consideration, use the right font sizes, include a title and a reference page in your formatting, and make sure that your structure flows well and there's some fluidity. So I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to these revisions, and we'll see what we can do to beef up this paper a little bit. Glad I could be of help. Have a super day.